Hello, angels. My name is Clara, and welcome to When the Moon Rises, a feminine podcast to share stories and tools to hopefully help other beautiful women in the world. Hello, my lovelies. Welcome to the second episode, When the Moon Rises. Today we have a little moon ceremony to us to dive deeper together. It's a beautiful melody in Portugal today. It's like this gray weather, and I'm having here my cup of tea, my little blanket, and I'm looking outside. And you know what I really find beautiful on these days is looking out and see these greens. Oh my god, they look so gorgeous, and I couldn't notice I couldn't notice them before in the same way I'm looking at them right now because of this weather. Um, this is exactly how this moon is helping us, is illuminating us with so many information that is important to acknowledge within ourselves. It's kind of it sheds light on emotional truths, and it can be a beautiful time to us to reflect and see how much we grow. And when I'm talking about the body is such a beautiful thing. No, it kind of tells its own narrative, and when we drop down to our hearts, to our bodies, to our feelings, and accept what arises, we create opportunity for us to welcome all the beautiful message. So this is my invitation for today. Yeah, I want you to grab also your little blanket, make yourself cozy, make yourself feel safe right here, right now. So we are going to take a nice deep breath all together. Breathing in through the nose, exhaling through the mouth. And maybe continue to do this breath work and breathe as deeper as you need today. And I want you to start to be honest about yourself. To place maybe the hands on your lovely heart and just ask yourself, how have you been feeling these days? And just give yourself permission to be whatever arises. Just know, just notice any sensation in your body and in discomfort, that it's okay. Be present within your body and whatever you're feeling, knowing that someone in the world right now, you might feel the same. And it's okay. Maybe even create this opportunity to say some love notes to yourself, to your heart. What it feels good to just here to just listen, to send some warmth, some love into your heart. Good. So now I want to ask you, what you are missing in your life? And I know most of us will think, oh, I don't want to be ungrateful. But you're not being ungrateful, just to realize this. Just to realize something that you miss to feel within your heart. For me, it's rising up fun. Oh, I've been having feeling sensible, and I really welcome that. That's completely okay. But I do miss fun. I do miss adventure. What do you miss? Returning into your heart. And maybe how do you envision your life with it? Maybe it's even easier to maybe remember the last time you felt this way, what you were doing. Just welcome these memories into your heart right here, right now. And maybe take even more deep breaths so you can fill your cup with all that beautiful memories that is bringing into your heart, whatever you are missing. Memories with people that you loved. Whatever you need. And just take a nice deep breath into your heart space as an invitation to you to put intention for this session, this amazing little ceremony we are having. Invitation to welcome all your passions, welcome all your dreams, all love that you deserve. And by giving yourself a big heart, big hug, celebrate that you are creating this space, and I'm so proud of you. Good. And you might want to be a little bit longer, nourishing yourself, whatever you feel like you need right now. Just stay with the eyes closed. Maybe you grab your cup of tea, maybe grab your journal, so we can start to navigate a little bit with the energies, maybe take some notes, or just listen. I'm grabbing my little journal out, so we're taking amazing notes for today. And you know, most of our time, sometimes we laugh about our emotions, and we kind of distance ourselves for feeling it, and it's so important, so important. And you know, we can prevent so many miscommunications and misunderstandings when we acknowledge what we are feeling. The key to maturity is really managing, coping, digesting all these emotions, and send a little bit more compassion to ourselves now. It's okay to feel. And Sagittarius energy is expansive, curious, enthusiastic, and the full moon, and this full moon, we were vibrating this energy, but some of us, in my felt, we all feel in a different way, all feel in a different way, because full moons is a time for celebration. Celebrate our growth, look back, see how much we overcome, even though we're feeling like maybe we feel like we didn't did enough, or there is so many thoughts popping up, and you might want even to explore it. But this energy, it invites us, to plan exciting travels, be adventures. Now it's coming to summertime, but now the moon is kind of waning, so you know we are coming into our hearts again, preparing now in the new moon in Gemini. And it is opportunity as to start to work on what it actually the moon illuminate for us. And like I said, Sagittarius energy is expansive, but it can trigger our shadow side. The part of us that we might neglect or didn't accept so much. The guilt, for example, to be a free spirit, to drop down from the pressures because we think we're not being responsible attending to our daily tasks, for example. It is a reminder to even add a little bit fun to our days, to nourish ourselves, to be curious. And I want to ask you actually, what is your definition about being productive? And even notice in your body when I say you need to immediately answer to all your emails and tasks. Make sure you do everything on time. Make sure you deliver all the tasks today. Make sure you follow your schedules. Be available all the time. Whoa. How does it feel in the body? How does it feel to only become the givers? And now you will understand why we are doing this little exercise. I invite you now to give permission to yourself. Okay, just close a little bit your eyes and take a breath. Let's take a little breath. And even visualize yourself dropping tasks that might not be priority today. Or even say no to someone and allow yourself to rest. How does it feel? To make yourself a priority. To just allow yourself to just breathe. Release a little tension. It doesn't mean that you are giving up. It doesn't mean that you are doing less. And you might notice some resistance, and it's also important to notice this and where it comes from. Just allowing yourself to notice if there is some kind of beyond the resistance, if there is some kind of release, maybe in your shoulders when you just take this deep breath that I so much need in my day. Let's take the biggest deep breath we have today and together, just for a moment. Oh God, it really feels so good. Oh, It is important to, why we have this need. It's important to notice why we have this need to do everything efficient. For example, um, is it the good girl? Our good girl, they want to avoid any conflict. The validation seeker that wants to be everything to be seen and is always pleasing others, puts herself in pressure to do things in a certain way in certain times because she wants to show that she has value, because she's afraid to feel rejected and support, and she's constantly chasing for external validation. Or our strong independent woman that wants to show that is capable to do it everything absolutely alone because she's tired to relying on others. It's such a beautiful exercise we did with Meg the other day. She's a very lovely, also embodied somatic coach. I wanted to ask you by curiosity for what is the one you relate the most? Is it the good girl, the validation seeker, or the strong independent woman? Attention that they are not bad. They always come as our little saviors. They want to protect us. And for example, for me these days, oh God, I have been feeling so much overwhelmed. And by this need to do everything in time, and my body was screaming, like I have pressure in my ears, in my throat, a lot of headaches, nausea. And it's not because I don't create moments to be with myself, just because I was pushing through. And I think my strong independent woman just pop up as a way to overcome the validation seeker. I was so frustrated to not be seen, to share a lot of gifts and still didn't have the results that I wanted. And I start to question myself, what I can do differently. I started to question my work, and I started to push hard to finish everything so I could have everything or something to show. And I ended up feeling so sick. And I remember to put my hands in my chest and just say to myself, you don't always need to push hard. I see how special you are. In that moment, God, right now I even got goosebumps. I just give myself exactly what do I need. And yeah, this week has been different. I definitely slowed down. I feel so much more love and compassion. We resist to slow down many times and look to an embodied message that we are avoiding. And sometimes we get burnout. So it's even important to ask, we are getting burnout from what? From pushing hard, breaking through, or to constantly try to be different persons, or because this can happen when we feel lost. We start to question our way of doing and become a little lost. But you know what? Being lost is not bad. Being lost is a part of the journey. Being lost is actually your starting point. When you start to clean your head and you think, wow, this don't align with me anymore, this don't make sense, and coming back home to your heart, to your center, what I'm truly passionate about, what do I love to do, and just make a list of it. It actually, for me, helps me a lot. Shut down all the social media and just Start to look at all your amazing gifts you have to give to the world. Make a list of them. Start to explore what do you know already, rather than getting more and more information that in my at a certain point it can be overstimulating. What you already know, what you already have to give to the world, what are your gifts? And sometimes we are so down that we feel I don't have anything. And actually, when we start to journal, things start to pop up, and it can be very little things. And when we work against the energies, when we don't honor these times to step back and reorganize, we're just in go-go mode, which is the masculine energy. The feminine invites us to step back, to reorganize and look at the big picture. And it's actually the current energies are aligned to do that. So you can even ask yourself, not yourself, your emotions, why they keep coming. For example, for me was my anxiety or agitation, I might say. Sometimes the emotions we consider to be the bad ones are not the bad ones. They are so strong. Even the rage, you are allowed to feel rage, and it comes. I have a client one time that we realized that the rage was coming as a way to say to her, stop sending applications everywhere randomly. You have value. You have value. So I remember that when we make her rage talk, it was really beautiful to see that it was just a mix of frustration and sadness. This is the beautiful thing as women, we feel everything at the same time, and we can still find compassion on that. And the emotions, like I said, they are not bad. So maybe even explore what they want to say to you, what they are trying to say. Because we are constantly denying our needs, and that creates tension. So let's make a recap. Always create this inner space to explore. Maybe invitation to see the world in different ways. Maybe be aware of things you didn't notice before. Challenge our self-beliefs. I know when we start to ask why things are not working, but we keep pushing through. And it's in these times that sometimes we go and take a walk in nature and something pops up like that. And wow, I didn't notice before this. Because we just allow ourselves to step out of all this overstimulation and regulate our nervous system, and the things start to flow. For me, I love shaking. Shaking dance, it's amazing for me to feel that, to release all my stuck energy. Because emotions are motion, emotions are energy. So when we allow ourselves to move the energy within our bodies, we can create opportunity to release. But the best way actually to know what do we need is to come on to into our heart space and ask and feel our bodies, what do you need from me? And this is the beautiful process of healing. It's not what we want, it comes in its own time. And you are safe now to let it go. I wanted to share a little story of mine, talking about this escaping a feeling. And you might be even probably relate to this. When I first started to travel, I was escaping. I know I was so tired living the same way, don't me notice. I was in such a constant pain. I just wanted my expansion. So I challenged myself to go out of my comfort zone, which was amazing. I ended up being in the country, I didn't know the language. And I met amazing, amazing people on my path. But you know what? My wounds were with me. Meaning all that I was escaping from, it came with me. I was still attracting the same people, the same situations. And once I actually start to be open to embrace and stay curious, these places that was start to be an opportunity for me to heal. It was an opportunity for me to have awakening and start to understand I actually why was the reason I was attracting that people into my life. And you know, this full moon, it was really a great portal to attract many things. So you might even resonate with that attracting. The more we escape, the more you are attracting, actually, because the universe, it will try to create triggers for you to have opportunity from liberation. And that is beautiful. I think for me the most big transformation was the COVID year, because I did lockdown in Italy on one of the most affected areas, and I was locked down with host family, German mama, Italian papa, and two little kids. Yeah, all this for me, looking back, was opportunity to learn so much. So if you even have this opportunity to make a list of all your little wins, all your little medals and that you learn for past situations, remember, will help you also remember how much you were able to overcome and how much you are able to overcome right now. And even realize that you have new tools, or tools that you never realized before that you can use it. And maybe if there is something still holding on, pushing you backwards, that's okay too. It's okay to be scared. Being in the awareness to that beliefs or even patterns that are repeating, it can help you understand how you can break it. So maybe even drop down and think one day, what is this belief that you are still maintaining? Could be anything. For me, sometimes I'm not doing enough. So what is that belief that you're still holding on? And maybe write in a little journal. And remember a quality that you have that can support you to embody confidence to move forward. A quality that I always come like a little savior. For me, for example, sometimes I like to remember this inner child of me, and I shared this picture in Instagram some days ago of me with the chest open and I was dancing. So I was a little kid, and that inner child of me, it is my savior. I love to do meditations when I feel completely down. That she comes, she hugs me, and she fulfills me with all that pure love. So it might be a quality that can come and support you. It might be whatever you need. That it might help you. Or even a situation that show you that the opposite. For example, if you're thinking I am not doing enough, what are the actions or situations that proves or show to you the different that you are doing? And for me, I love to do every day. I do a calendar and I write every little thing I do. And this helped me look back and see, no, I am doing for myself. And actually help me tracking what is working, what is not working, but also trust in my own body, my own intuition to guide me. Okay, next question it is, what changes do you need to do? Like, what you can add to your routines and it will help you. For example, I talk about I miss more fun, more adventure. So I add a little bit in here. I add to my routine, coming back to dance while, okay. Could be anything. I like to do this exercise thinking and something that I love to do and I don't do it for a long time. And when I bring this back again, I feel so much joy that no matter what I was thinking, I feel so much more alive and so much joyful. It can be anything, dancing in the shower, it can be, I don't know, dancing naked in the room. My god, I was very naughty now. Or whatever. Wherever it feels good in your body, you can always do this exercise to close your eyes and even allow yourself to picture yourself doing that and see and notice how does it feel. And if you feel good, that is the thing that it might help you. And how powerful it is that we have everything within ourselves to just give it back, that joy or whatever we need to embody right here, right now. Good. And if you're ready, let's move a little bit forward for the relationship topics. Okay, until now we are diving deeper within ourselves, what we can do, what do we miss in our lives, what beliefs we are still holding on, what qualities, what we can add to our routines to might uplift ourselves, to bring a little bit more nourishing. And now, let's drop a little bit to the relationships, because it's a very beautiful season to get to know someone in a deeper level, to dive deeper with someone. And I don't know if you are happy feeling this in your heart, but for example, for me, my relationship, I love to take these opportunities to do a little sacred cycle, sit down and have a lovely talk from my heart with my beloved one. I actually recently did with my mama. For me, coming back home, it was a very challenging for my inner child because some things on the line anymore, and I'm completely different after being more than 1 year in Asia. Asia. Oh my God, I don't know what happened there. Other thing, I am not native. Okay, I'm not English. I am Portuguese. So I hope you understand me well. Moving forward, um, coming back home, it was challenging. And sometimes, I was avoiding people, sometimes not talking about certain things because I thought no one was going to understand me. So it's so important to have these little communities where we can connect with like-minded souls, but also create this space that of compassion with ourselves, to start to love more who we are becoming. And the more we are comfortable with that, the more it gets easy to interact with others. So I have been doing this, and I notice how beautiful it is now to connect with my mama. I notice how easy it become, because now first we were always arguing because we have a different ways to see things. But when I understood that, okay, this is my part of the journey, she is on her own path, and this thing of us always, we start to heal, we get excited to share our tools to everyone, and we end up trying to want to fix everyone, and everyone is in their own process. So what is medicine for me can be poison for them. So one of my actually this happened to me in the last new moon. One of the most biggest lesson was to me to stay curious, to listen to her perspectives of life. How was her childhood? Understand the way she sees the world. It was more easy to create this space to actually also talk about my own way to see the world, and understanding even better where my good girl came from. And yeah, it was very beautiful to connect with her on such a deeper level. So it might be a good season for you to do this also, and to explore this. The more and more you accept yourself and others, the more and more you are creating a more healthy relationship. To listen, coming for a space from your heart. And talking about these deep connections, this is one of the reasons I actually create this poll. And I'm so happy, I want to create this little moment of celebration, because it's something I wanted to do. Actually, when I was a little kid, I remember to grab this little mic, and I was pretending to have a little a little pod with a friend of mine, and we trying to record some things. And it is nice to give opportunity to my inner child, also make her dreams come true. And maybe this can also, I don't know, you can relate to this anyway. It is good to create a space to give ourselves voice and share what we truly feel in our hearts and what we truly love. And this is one of the other topics on the full moon, our career. Start to do really what we truly love, what speaks our truth, what are our true passions, and do something that it truly vibrates in our hearts. And come to this heart space to ask ourselves, is this job aligned with my heart? Is, I don't know, even when you're marketing yourself, or when you are talking about something, am I speaking my truth? This is truly what I want. And the way to actually you to explore this is to close your eyes, take a nice deep breath, and just feel in your body, because when you picture yourself doing something that you don't like, your body, trust me, it gives signs. You can feel the pressure in your shoulders, the pain in your belly. So yeah, create these sacred spaces. You can also explore these. Again, bring to your life, to your routine, something that you're really missing, that it can uplift your energy. Accept all emotions that are rising, has embodied a message that actually will guide your path, because this full moon is so spiritual and beautiful. You can even stare in the wall if you like, wherever works for you. And you always know that this space is here for you if you need. You know, it's always nice to have this sense of belonging, that we are not alone. And there is no right or wrong. If you have something that you really love, go ahead and do it. Do it. It don't need to be super perfect, but it is going to feel so much better to do something that you absolutely love, rather than something that you are forcing yourself to do. It took me to lose myself multiple times, jump off on my path to find myself again. So my last invitation for you is to write a love letter, a letter to your young self, and let things flow. Because it might bring you some peace and give to this young version of you what it needs to hear for you, that is safe to let go, that we don't always need to be in this constant shield to protect ourselves, that we are safe and that we have the tools now. And even write down lovely things to this version of us, saying, what do we have now that actually bring us more confidence to move forward? What do we need? And you will see then when you finish that letter, maybe read on the next new moon. It might be lovely. When we all feel more tender, some women actually menstruate in new moon, such a beautiful thing. You will see how much that words can be super healing. Good. If you wish, my lovely, to continue to navigate deeper, I will drop on the links below a free call if you want to interact, maybe even make some questions, navigate a little bit more deeper. Or if you want to collate to like-minded souls, I just created an embodied woman group, so we can start to interact. I would love to hear what you think about the pod, if you have any questions and requests, because we can use actually the pod as a mentorship, and even celebrate our journey together. I always love to drop little notes, and maybe once a month we can do a free ceremony. I'm building my membership now, so then through the group I can update you about that and what it's about, because I'm super excited to share with you and to start to connect with other beautiful women in the world. I would love to have you there. I would love to have you in that group so we can start to connect. And yeah, I want to share a little welcome gift I have for you. I'm sending so much love from my heart to yours. Namaste.